And welcome to the Flummery, episode 8. We are lacking one of the three tonight, which would be Scuba Steve for family emergency / not so bad, hopefully, but
our best wishes.
Our best wishes.
Everything should be okay.
Yeah. To someone we can't talk about. But I am here with Adam, a.k.a. Frosty.
Frostage.
And myself, the Flavoring.
The Flavoring, I have that in
coming
here.
To you, not quite so live, but at a later date, to your preference.
And when you want to listen, you can find us at www.theflummery.net. It's the easiest, most reliable way. We built the Squarespace site.
Squarespace is awesome.
It is fucking sweet.
Super easy.
Mm-hmm. You can find us at Facebook as The Flummery, on Twitter at The Flummery, and on Instagram at The Flummery Podcast. We'll just throw this out there real quick. As always, we'll want to thank our friends from Nick and Vince's podcast. Kind of extended an olive branch to us immediately, so we loved that. It was great to get an offer from them to kind of
show us support.
Yeah, support us. And so we want to support them back. They've got a potpourri of topics every week, so please check out Nick and Vince's podcast at buzzsprout.com. You can also find them on Facebook at Nick and Vince. Yeah, good. I'm glad we get to say that.
We'll also have a couple of pictures up from tonight, too, on our Instagram.
We already took a couple of awesome pictures. One of them...
And where can you find us on Instagram?
At the Flummery Podcast. I always get it mixed up with Twitter. You can't really find us on Twitter because I don't think any of us have tweeted much. I will eventually, but it's like... I think Twitter's going to be gone, isn't it?
I can't get into it, man. Can't get into it. Unless there's pictures like an I Can Read Me book, then I'm not into it.
That's good.
It's all hashtags and
it's to each their own.
Broken sentences.
Right.
At dude.com, at Super USA Squared Nix.
At db /hornypumpkin.com.
At bananainserts.com. At Sure Microphones.
At Green Bananas Don't Squish.
At
hashtag
your office chair sucks if you buy it on Amazon.com. Here's the deal. Don't ever buy something that you need to be comfortable in unless you can try it out.
Like a pair of underwear.
Or you have said product and used it before.
You can buy sheets, but don't buy the bed.
What I'm getting to is this. You can see this chair.
It's orange and black.
Yeah, I bought it off of Amazon.
Did you think that was red?
No, I thought it was orange and black.
You thought it was,
I basically bought it because it looked cool.
Right. The black is cool.
It looks comfortable, doesn't it?
I've sat in it, and it's, you know what? It actually is comfortable, but here's the problem. You have to sit like that guy or the fat guy from Dune in it, like when he's floating around, kind of leaning back.
Yeah, give me some cookies.
Pull your heart plug out. But yeah, you can't sit in it. You can't sit in it. You have to lounge.
It doesn't come up either. It's not broken. It just has one.
It's one setting.
Its degree backwards is not like very comfortable.
It's like 30 degrees.
Yeah. Bought it to write music in.
How could you?
No, I want to just toss it. I just want to get rid of it.
How could you play a guitar? So contact us on the Flummery. On our Facebook page if you want a free chair.
Hey, yeah, get a hold of me. You guys want a sweet looking chair? you kind of lounging, and the arms go back on it. That's another reason.
It might be good for gaming.
So you can, well, and that's another reason I bought it, because the arms go back and you can play guitar that way.
Yeah, but can you play guitar laying back like that? Especially when you're trying to fucking just jam.
Well, if you're Stevie Vai in 1986, you can.
Oh. Is that because was he fat then?
No, he's just older now.
Oh, okay. Get that in. Get that. Swallow it.
Got it.
Oh my god.
Down the hatch. Yeah.
Okay.
So you got a new phone there, buddy.
Oh my god. Yeah. I don't know if I want to talk about it. People are going to think I'm nuts.
Well, let's talk about it, because last time you put your phone in a toilet.
What? That didn't happen? No way.
And I'm curious, and so are the 5 listeners that are listening. I want to know how you dropped it in the toilet.
One at a time.
Let's go there first.
I stood up. I don't know. It's just like it flew out of my hand.
You weren't drinking.
No, I was totally sober.
Okay.
And then, so I stood up in the bathroom. Oh, I know what it was. I always set it over away from the toilet so it doesn't fall in. But I stood up, and for some reason I took it in my hand and tried to pull my pants up at the same time. The toilet was already flushed, okay, because that's what I do. I sit there, and I like the way the air rushes by my butthole when I am done, okay? Makes me feel clean.
Is it like a Dyson vacuum on your ass?
No, but the upstairs bathroom, it's got a nice swish to it, right?
Yeah, because there's more pressure going down, right?
Yeah. So it's a nice breeze.
Gravity.
Makes you feel fresh, It's like as close to like a butt douche as you could get. So
wow.
Here's the deal.
You can buy
Can
toilets.
I say douche?
Sure, why not? You can buy mixed toilets where they have like all the features in them.
Yeah, they only have those in
I've never seen them, but
Japan,
I've heard about them. Yeah.
They like in public they have those.
You can get it so you can like tilt a wash going between your nutsack and your anus. What do you mean, no?
Could I do it? I don't know if I could just sit there for that.
Oh, it'd be awesome.
Have you ever spilled like cold water on yourself?
Well, maybe it's
and you have your clothes
water.
on.
What if it's like a faucet where it's got hot and cold in it?
What if it's set to like 130 degrees? And
it's like, oh fuck! What are you having for dinner tonight, honey? Seared taint.
It's especially good because it's nice and dark on the outside, still nice and pink on the inside.
Yeah, it's just a light.
Just peel that outer layer off.
It's not like you're cooking it for 20 minutes. Just gets a flashing.
Oh my god! I gotta go down here from the iPhone. Oh yeah, okay. So I got another fucking iPhone.
Yep.
And I wasn't going to do that.
It's smaller than your old one.
It is smaller. I'm hoping that helps. Oh, you can get
a 7, right?
You know what happened?
Is that a 7?
It is. It's an iPhone 7. Okay, here's what happened. Stood up, grabbed my phone. The flushing was done. Tried to pull my pants up with the phone in my hand. And I just put a new screen on it, so I had the protector on and everything.
You just spent $200 on the screen.
No, it was $130 at that battery store. God, what the hell?
Batteries Plus?
Batteries Plus, I think, right on Robert.
Yep.
Robert Street.
I know two people that work there.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, the dude that fixed my phone did a good job.
And a big dude, like a big dude.
I don't remember.
Might have had the day off.
I know the littler guy. Does he do the phone repairs?
A little guy with a little ponytail.
No, it wasn't him. Oh. It was more of like a. I'm trying to think of who to compare him to. He had a
jailhouse tattoos on his arm.
White long
big
sleeve
peacock
shirt
on his right arm.
I doubt he's doing that. Is that real?
That's a reference from Heat.
Oh yeah, I gotcha.
Big jailhouse tattoos with a peacock on his right arm. They're talking about Tom Sizemore's character.
Yep.
He's saying going on about this and this and how he ain't been doing nothing, and all of a sudden he's like, didn't say he didn't have anything to do, and that's when I knew this cat had something going on. Are you kidding me?
Go on.
Yeah, I forget what he says.
Yeah, I don't remember nearly that much.
You brought me all the way down here about some convict who says he's got nothing going on.
Isn't that Warren G he's talking to?
Warren G, but no. It's
Isn't he an artist though, like a rapper or a hip hop guy? I think it's Warren G.
No, it's not.
Tone Loc.
It's Tone Loc.
It's Tone Loc.
Yeah, because he's got that rusty voice.
Yeah, rusty trombone voice.
What's that song you did? My anaconda don't want none unless you got. Is that him?
No. Tone Loc is, oh my God, where they have sex on the floor. And it turns out her mom's a freak too. This is the part I remember. What is... Oh, golly, I hate my brain.
I just want to double check this.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. So it drops in the water, and it's like...
Wild Thing.
Yeah, Wild Thing, but what's the other one? Wild Thing, wow. You were thinking of Sir Mix-a-Lot. My anaconda don't want none unless you got...
Yeah, but it is Tone Loc and Heat.
Good. He did good, for his scene.
Yeah.
He was trying to be an actor, but he was in other stuff. Nothing that awesome, but...
What do you got? What do you got?
Stop wasting my motherfucking time! Yeah, he does. He bangs on the table.
Is she here?
Huh?
Is she here? Are you in love?
Here we are again talking about one of our favorite movies.
We'll just repeat talking about Heat.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, okay, I'm going to go to the phone, and then we're going to talk about something else that's kind of funny.
We're going to finish your phone.
Yeah,
story.
So the phone drops in the water, but it just it kind of like just splashed in the water, like if you dropped a 2x4.
And your hand was in there immediately, right?
I immediately had it in my hand and pulled it out of there, and so the water just kind of came off the phone. I peeled the cover off right away, and I like kind of shook it, and I wiped it down real fast. I'm like, fuck, how am I? And I held it, so the jacks and everything were pointed down. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, fuck. And then it was on still. So I tried to like turn it, do stuff with it, and it worked for like a half hour. And then it started just flashing the Apple sign. I was like, oh.
That's when you know shit got wet inside.
It still works, but yeah, exactly. And
but then it just needs to dry off.
I put it in rice for like 2 days. It still works, but it goes for about a half an hour, and then it starts doing the flashing thing again.
So, game over.
So I paid it off. It was only $150 more. So that phone only cost me like $1,000. A $600 phone cost me $1,000 in the long run. So that kind of pisses me off. But then I got this one because
That's fucking ridiculous.
They had a pretty good deal on it on Sprint.com. So I got...
Are you a Sprint member?
Yeah. It's hard to get away. They are decent. The one thing I did want to do was maybe go to one of those $40 a month plans and see if it was as good as they say it is. It's like, oh, it's always the same towers anyway and stuff. But I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I've been with Sprint for a long time now too.
How long?
Probably. So I've had 4.
It's Jason.
4 or 5 phones for them. So
yeah, me too.
Probably 12, 14 years.
Yeah, I did. I did the same thing. I've been with them. The only company to ever call me and tell me they owed me money, but I think it's because they lost a lawsuit or something. But then they also set me up when I got my last iPhone. I hated it so bad was because the guy at Best Buy fucked me on it. He said I was getting a deal, and then I could never get the deal. It was a promo from Best Buy, and it was horrible. I might have talked about this already, but
I spent half a day going between 2 Sprint stores because the West St. Paul one is not a repair store.
Really?
So they made me go up
There's a guy back there.
They made me go up to like the Snelling Avenue one in 36 in St. Paul.
At the mall?
No, it's in a strip mall.
Was not at the...
It's like right on the south side of... it's right by KFC and all that. It's on
of 36.
Of 36.
Okay, no, I'm thinking of it.
Like if you're going south on Snelling, not that this is important, but if you're going south on Snelling from 36, it's on your right. It's your first set of strip mall on your right hand side.
Got it. Yeah, so I mean, it's got its advantages. I don't know what those stores are there for. I honestly, they could just do that stuff at other stores.
Literally from 2 to 3 o'clock till 8 or 9 o'clock, doing shit with them because I had to wait after I got there. They made me wait 2 or 3 hours until they got to my phone to look at it.
Ugh. That's a headache for me. I'm gonna have a headache. What were we talking about?
Well, then I spent another 2 to 3 hours at the Sprint store in the Mall of America after I got my new phone for the data transfer.
Dude, I did all that shit on. What? Oh, well, mine is easier because I do the. Okay, so things I like about the iPhone. I do the iCloud. And they transfer. They have a backup, so it backs itself up every week or two. So my backup was like 3 weeks old because I don't use my Wi-Fi. So I have like unlimited everything and it's faster. But I don't like, it's that and then the battery life. And that's the only things that are better about it.
What's the battery life on that? Like
if I have it and I surf the internet for a few hours, it'll last a couple of days.
Right.
Like 2 days.
Androids are really good off the bat, but after a while.
It's weird. Why do they go bad? I don't get it.
I don't know. I still like my Android. Don't get me wrong.
Android's got to be
You can't take the battery out of that, though.
Correct. Well, they can do it. Like, you can get somebody to repair it.
Right.
You could do it yourself. I had my old one apart.
This is a little easier to get into.
Yeah. I remember. I had LGs and...
I have 2 LGs in a row, and then before that, I had 2 HTCs in a row.
Yeah, I'm not an HTC guy, but I know people that have had them. They like them.
I liked them. I don't know. I just went to LG for some reason. It wasn't really a preference thing. It was just like, let's try something different, you know?
Yeah, I get it. If you'd asked me, I'd have told you to go to LG. I would tell anybody to do that. Those are my 2 favorite phones I ever had.
Yeah. You like their TVs?
Yeah, actually. I like their appliances.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're sweet AF.
Life's good, man.
They're sweet AF.
Life's good.
Do you know what that means? LG, life's good.
Life's good.
Do you know what AF means?
Automatic fucker.
No. Automatic fuckery. No, as fuck.
Yeah, it is.
It's the lingo, man.
That's fuck. Oh, I just saw somebody posted a sign. Oh, my God. Somebody just posted a sign.
I'm going to turn that down.
What is it? It was like a food store, and it was like Mexican AF, but it was a word behind it, and AF was just lit up.
Mexican as fuck.
Yeah, it just said Mexican AF. Now that's really low.
Yeah, okay.
Shit.
Shalissa. Now you're just pushing buttons.
Yeah, I get a little happy with it.
You're like a 5-year-old with like a ice cream bucket.
Oh yeah.
Mom and Dad's gone. Mom and Dad's gone. I got ice cream. I'm gonna eat the whole fucking quart of it.
You was right.
I am right.
I know. That's what I'm saying. What were you talking? We kind of broke into something, and I had an interesting kind of sidebar. I shouldn't have finished that phone story because this was better. You've got to know it was better. What were we talking about, right? Remember when I went back? Oh, we got to talk about the phone again. Right when I did that the last time?
I have no idea.
What were we talking about? We should record these things and go back and listen. And
How about we just stop this?
Stop it?
Stop this podcast?
I don't know if... Is it actually recording?
Yeah, we're still recording.
Are you going to be able to do that?
Yeah, I'm a little subtle today. Oh, poopy.
Trollolo.
No, I want to talk about something else on your phone.
Go
it's
ahead.
a feature that I noticed.
That you hate already?
I don't like it.
I get it.
Not a good feature.
I don't love it.
Here's the deal. Here's why. You can go to like a gym.
Well, tell them what you're talking about.
Okay, so the plugin, which is their proprietary plugin, which is like a mini USB.
Oh, it is so proprietary.
Okay, so and you plug it in, but you have to use that plug-in with an adapter to plug in a 1/4 or an 1/8 inch jack to play through headphones or whatever you're using on it.
Balls.
Not a
fan
of that.
Are you?
Not a fan of that.
It's, you know what? When I thought about it,
it's stupid.
Well, I ordered the phone, right? And I got a decent deal on it. But I ordered the phone, and then an hour later, I was like, oh, shit, there was something about there's some big controversy.
Did you get that phone on QVC?
No. Shop NBC. No, I got it from Sprint. So it's cheaper to go through them than it is to Best Buy, I think.
I've went through Best Buy one time on one of my HTCs.
I will never, ever shop there again for a phone. They screwed me big time.
I know you were pretty mad
Oh,
about
my
that.
God. I'm still mad about it. It's like you never want to get... It's not like they even took advantage of me. It's just like they fucked up and they wouldn't do anything about it. It was the worst.
Well, they're playing stupid, too.
Yeah. Yep. They're like, oh, well, this is the best we can do for you. I'm like... And then, the woman I was talking to, it just pissed me off. The screen went blank.
That's fine. It's still recording.
That screen says no input now.
It's fine. It's recording.
I want you to check. Last week, just to recap, Lance didn't record an hour of our Flummery or Flummage, and it broke everyone's heart, and that's why Steve quit. No, I'm just kidding. Steve is not here this week. He's back next
Don't
week.
lie. Tell me he fucking quit. He's done. He's like, after that, I can't.
Hey, you guys
keeping me
fuck
here.
this, wasting my
You guys
time.
keeping me here till 10 o'clock at night. What the fuck is this bullshit?
You know, I go to bed at
the
8.
end of that podcast, man, I swear I thought he was like, you could have blinded him with some dental floss. Just,
he was tired, but he was still cracking some good ones, man.
oh, I think that's even
Some
better.
good one-liners.
But just so you guys know, Steve quit. He's done. We need a third member. So if you guys, we're taking applications for podcasters.
Madonna called us, but we were like, we don't have any babies here, so we don't have any babies to try and make yourself look cool still. Madonna. I used to love her ass. Oh man, I loved her. She was like my first big music crush.
Oh, remember there's a
and
movie,
then it was Bob Sugar.
Desperately Seeking Susan. Remember that movie?
Yeah, of course I do. I probably lost it once.
So the chick, that's gross.
No, it isn't. I'm awesome at that.
Who's the other girl in that? It's Arquette. Patricia. Is it?
I really know how to make me feel good.
Is it Patricia Arquette, the other chick in there?
It's an Arquette. I think it's David Arquette.
Dewey.
After the
Dewey's in there.
Wait. Not David Arquette. Who's the guy that turned into a female Arquette?
There is none.
Yes. Look it up.
That's bullshit.
No. And see, that's the problem. So this springs up now. Something that's happened since we started doing the podcast is I've always loved podcasts, but I hardly ever listen to them. I just didn't put in the effort sometimes to, do it. I'll just listen to, my Spotify or whatever. Well, then I got sick of that. So anyway, then we started doing the podcast, and I wanted to be more than just a recreational guy. We were doing kind of research and trying to find some constructive criticism for the show. Well, one of them we're listening to is Joe Rogan, and he's got the great, and thank you, Lance, because Lance has been listening to Rogan for probably 700
I watched
episodes.
his live podcast today. Laura Remini or whatever her name was on there.
Leah Remini.
She was on there today.
From our favorites. She used to be one of our favorite Scientologists.
Here's why I love Joe. He questions things. He doesn't just pop on a side on anything. He questions it. He doesn't get mad. It's awesome. I love his inquisitiveness.
He called out.
Oh, if he believes really strongly about something, he will.
He's got this great. You probably heard it since you listened to him. He's talking to another comedian in the. He's got the best take on. Oh God, who's the Olympian that was married to the Kardashian, and now he's. See, this is how I am.
Jenner.
Bruce.
It's Chrissy Jenner now.
It's Chrissy.
Yeah, Kris Jenner.
Yeah, now he's Kris Jenner, but if you just YouTube it. It's right there. He talks about that and then the Tosh.0 controversy.
There is one that...
I told you, dude.
Alexis Arquette.
Yeah, so fuck you, Chris. Fuck you, Kris Jenner. Alexa was fucking was knocking down walls before you ever got there.
Yeah, if you guys get a chance...
Alicia?
Alexis.
Wait a second. What was her name?
Alexis Arquette. If you guys get a chance to just even Wikipedia the Arquettes and go to the third generation, which is like David, Rosanna.
Shalissa.
That's actually Alexis right there.
Shalissa.
Oh God. So she was doing the work before you ever fucking did, Chrissy Jenner. Fucking so.
I know Joe was probably ragging on Kris Jenner.
He made the best points ever about her, and I get it. That community of people needs somebody to bring them, because there's not that many of them. Like, people are so scared of the community, right? We're not. I'm not. I don't know if you're.
I don't give a shit.
Right. I don't give a shit either.
As long as you're not making it a point every time I talk to you.
It's like get a dick implant and then try and shove it in my face. No, that's not what they're doing.
Like, have a real conversation with me. I don't care what surgeries you went through. I don't care. You live your life the way you want to. I don't need to hear about it every fucking 2 minutes.
Right. And it's live your life. We don't care. We love it.
I don't care.
I like people to be happy. So he makes some great points about all of that, right? And he takes her to task.
What does he say?
Oh, he says, he says that she's a ridiculous individual, and she was on like the 60 Minutes or something before the operations and got all this great publicity. And then sure as shit right afterwards, he decides, well, that's the choice I got to make now is become, is to get all the surgeries and stuff.
It's an intention thing.
And absolutely. And then he I don't think he's like a lot of transgender people. I think that he is. He wanted to stay in the limelight. I think
part of his marriage to the Kardashian was being in the limelight.
Oh, absolutely. And he basically calls him
even though he made
ridiculous individual.
He made two beautiful fucking daughters.
Well, I don't.
What do you mean?
Well, they're better than the others, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Well, not really, because they're kind of sucked into that whole family.
I don't
too.
care. I'm not worried about what they're doing in their lives. I'm just talking about
judging them.
I'm doing a Google image search in my head here, dude. Okay, I'm not worried about what they're saying on YouTube.
Scrolling through your highlight reel.
Yeah, I'm going through my highlight reel right now. I just saw a photo spread of one of the two. Did a photo shoot for something, I don't remember, but I was looking at some images and I'm like, exactly.
Oh, so good question. He calls him basically a ridiculous individual, which he is, and I totally got sucked in. I'm like, oh my god, it's just so he says it so much better than I can say it. But he also makes it clear that he doesn't have a problem with that community. But then I get what he's saying too, because I hate it when people are like that. It's yes, communities need spokespeople, but why do they pick somebody like that? It's like, God,
they didn't really pick him.
Douche. Like
he was already in that limelight
where he had
the voice to do that.
You know what the problem might be?
What
is that? I'm not ragging on the media, but all of us, regular, normal people, right? If you want to call it that, like heterosexual males and females who don't really understand the struggle, right? Don't really understand how
struggle's
hard,
real, man.
Right, it is. Don't really understand how hard it is to be these people, right? Then I think we put these role models on them. Like, I guarantee you there's a bunch of transgender people who'll be like, oh, fuck that guy. He sucks so bad. He's not even a woman now.
Yeah.
Like
somebody that you meet at the
club. They probably think he's exploiting the movement.
Somebody that's transgender, that's the coolest person you ever met sitting at the club is like, fuck, yeah, let's have a drink. Give me a fucking whiskey on the rocks.
I'm not really hanging with a bunch of transgenders.
All I'm saying
they don't go where I go.
It's very possible.
I know, I'm being like...
I bet you there's one cool one that I could go have a drink with, and it's like, let's have a Woodford on the rocks. And I'm like,
duh, everybody likes
my
Woodford.
Best friend in the world.
Woodford Reserve. And tonight we're sponsored by Woodford Reserve.
Can we get a sponsorship by Woodford?
Fucking, I hope so.
That would be the best thing ever.
Wouldn't even need money.
We wouldn't even finish 10 minutes of a podcast if we had that. Steve would be passed out within 45 minutes.
Well, he's drinking 10% alcohol. When I'm sitting here drinking Coors Lights, he's doing better than I am.
I know. He does buy the strong beers.
Oh, yeah. So that's kind of what came up is that podcast, and then Pete Holmes. You made it weird.
I love Pete Holmes.
I know, and I didn't know that, and I kept telling you to listen to him, and you're like, I know who the fuck it is. Shut up.
I didn't care for his talk show. That's why that didn't last. He had the Pete Holmes show.
I loved his talk show.
There's funny parts to it.
Well, wasn't that the Comedy Bang Bang? No, that's a different guy. No, Pete Holmes was, he had a late night talk show.
Yeah, a late night talk show.
But he could be goofy.
I think it was on like Comedy Central.
It was on cable, so it was better. Yeah.
It was on, it had to been on TV. It had to been on Conan's, because Conan's the one that helped him get that. Those two are buddy buddies.
Well, yeah, I'm sure he's freaking hilarious. I love he seems so innocent and stuff, but
who, Pete?
Yeah,
you look at him, you're like, no, this dude's harmless. But he doesn't give a shit. And I love his Batman skits. Are the best.
Well, yeah.
And they put money into it.
What does he say? Give me an example.
Do you remember the one where he's like
trying to have
the last Batman,
isn't he?
Where he's trying to take the bomb out of the harbor, and he keeps on going, "Give me a kiss before I go." And he like shuts the fucking cockpit, and the cockpit opens back up and shuts and opens back up. He's like, "Come on,
give me a kiss." Justice.
I think he wanted to get head on one of them too.
He was always trying to get laid or something.
Yeah.
That was a highlight. So I guess it kind of brings us to
What's he doing now?
Well, I'm going to bring that up right now, actually.
Pete Holmes?
He Pete Holmes doing Pete Holmes.
Is he doing something with Peter North?
He's just like...
Do you guys know who Peter North is?
He's just the bucket guy.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's really like
it's like a cleanup job, right?
It's the Peter North meets the Pete Holmes show. And
is he like his personal assistant?
Yeah, he's swabbing the deck, if you know what I mean.
That dude has a lot of load.
That's what he's famous for.
Yeah.
I wish I was famous for that.
I would love to see the surgical procedure if they did an autopsy on him.
Have you ever met a woman who's like, I need you to just come a lot, otherwise it's over?
His
Why does it matter?
I don't know, but his prostate's got to be fucking just like an elephant sack or something.
Really?
Oh, I don't know.
Wouldn't it be harder to... Maybe he never had one.
If you just had a naturally large prostate that produced like a lot of,
cancer.
No, it's a gland.
I know what the prostate is.
That's where the juices come from.
The juicy Lucy's.
In case anybody didn't know that.
Welcome to NPR for Science Fridays. So the Juicy Lucy's come from the...
would you like cheddar or pepper jack with that?
Get ready, because I'm about to make you a zygote. I wish they did the show that way.
So, you were going to get in about Pete Holmes.
Oh, okay. So, no, he's doing a show on HBO, and I can't remember what it's called. It's called... it sucks that I can't remember what it's called. But
I think I've seen an ad for it.
Right, you guys.
He's like walking around on the street.
Look it up on YouTube. His wife, the first episode.
Is he married?
Well, his wife. He comes home from.
Is his wife a dude?
No, let me finish. Okay. He comes home from this. He was going to go riding with somebody. He's a writer in the show, a comedy writer still, which he is. He's going to go riding, and he comes back, and he's like, hey, what are you doing in bed? This guy jumps in the room.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, hey, what the fuck? What's going on? So he gets cheated on.
It's a series.
And then the guy is like, welcome.
So part of the show is like him going and trying to find his way back to writing and doing.
Well, and then he tries to start
his divorce.
He tries to do comedy at a comedy club that day.
Yeah.
And he's like, my wife cheated on me today. I caught her today. It's just like. It's fucking good. It is good. It's gonna be that perfect, like, subdued, just kind of brutal.
He's a good writer in itself.
It's gonna be
if he's got a group of good writers behind him, the show could be pretty good.
I'm super excited. It's gonna be good.
Just give up the talk show thing.
Yeah, so that's one of my Flummery weekly favorites. That's in my new podcast.
Did you watch the actual physical first episode?
No. It's not out yet, I don't think.
I saw
it's gonna be like February.
I think I saw something, the ads on YouTube. I think I saw an ad on YouTube for it.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
So you ventured away from YouPorn and like actually accidentally typed in tube.
Or RedTube.
Right. And accidentally typed in you.
Or Pornhub.
Instead of, well, that you can't really say you made a mistake going there or coming back from there. I figured you were going to go to RedTube and you accidentally typed you. Like, I'm on YouTube, might as well check out.
Like regular watching stuff?
Yeah. I guess I'll watch some more how-to basic videos.
They got clothes on. Why? Stupid.
Why isn't that actress getting fucked?
Why isn't he elbow deep in her butthole right now?
That's the thing about porn sites, man. It's like, can they keep it like just have the front page be all just like regular stuff?
And have like a section where it's just freaky?
And you could just dig deeper from there if you want.
I feel like there's a lot of that porn that's just fake where their dongs are like this big. And they're like holding it by
definitely that
they're
one.
They're holding it by the base because they're holding it on.
That's so dumb. You can always tell,
I
dude.
know. They're like...
I'm like, why? Why are you doing it? Why is this a thing for you?
And they're like trying to put it in and it's just like...
Well, I can't actually get it up for porn, but I really want to do it. Pour a jug of milk out of this thing.
Goat milk. It smells like a barn. It's just like opening your mouth into a wide barn and taking it all, the farm into your mouth.
Sounds like you've done that before.
I've had goat before. Goat cheese.
You got the tall boots and everything.
I was having a discussion about goat cheese the other day with a friend of mine.
So if we went... Okay, so if we wanted to talk about weekly favorites, right now you're gonna talk about goat cheese. I want to hear this story.
It's not even a weekly favorite. It's a weekly gross.
Really? You didn't like it?
I don't like goat cheese. It tastes like a barn.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Maybe I've never had it.
It tastes like you walk into a farm and just open your mouth to like the whole farm.
Aren't those round ones, those really nice round squishy ones that they have at the store, aren't those goat cheese?
It could be.
It's like
it could be
this big around. If you can't see it, it's like
there's other cheese shaped like that too. It's not just
like a log.
A mini log?
Yeah. Like a log chopped up.
Like a decent sized branch.
Like a logged log. Okay. Well, I've had goat cheese before.
I don't like goat cheese. It's barny. It tastes like a barn.
What just happened?
Oh, is your iPhone broke again?
No, I keep... Well, that's that. Back to LG.
There's another $1,000.
Holy shit. Well, it was. Replace the screen, $130. Get a new one time. It was $200. $650. So that's $950 of the payments, which is bullshit. Payments
that's ridiculous.
$950. Then the $150 I had to pay off the final payment. Are you fucking kidding me? I just spent.
You have insurance on your phone?
Yeah, that's with insurance. That's why it was only $200. It was only $200 to get a new one. I'm like, fuck you. That's stupid. I'm gonna do that. What's that good one? Square. I think it's another Square one.
Square what?
Square. It's not Squarespace. It's Square Trade or something like that. But they give you, it's like a few dollars a month less, and it's like $100 less on the deductibles than you'd normally pay. Fair Square or something.
Is this a phone company?
No, it's like a warranty company for your phones.
But you can use that.
Foursquared. No, it's.
Can you use that through Sprint?
I'm sure. Well, you just register your phone with them. And I hate to say this,
they're probably more of a legit insurance company then.
I think they're more legit than Best Buy because they rob you. It's $8 a phone and then it's $200.
You got to know that people that deal with insurance, they're in it for profit.
Well, yeah, but
the majority of them.
Yeah, they're definitely making money. It's a good company. The company is making money. The one I'm talking about. Everybody must love listening to me talk about stuff and not know the names.
You have to have a profit to sustain, obviously, because you got to pay people, you got to pay yourself. That's just the name of the fucking game. But obviously, you want to optimize it too by getting another tall can of Coors 16 ounce from the 30 pack that you brought over to my house. Wait, am I talking about insurance or beer here? I'm not quite sure, but whatever. Get away from me.
I want to talk in the same mic.
Talk in the same mic with me?
Yeah, like
here's us talking into the same mic.
Bruce Springsteen, and he's always face to face with his buddy.
Courtney Love?
No, his guitarist.
Oh, is it like when they French?
The guy with the tight pants. Is this weird?
Yeah, I feel I feel like my space is in.
Let our faces touch. Touch.
Oh, that's weird.
That's how they do it.
Oh, can you imagine being sweaty and doing that? Like on stage? Because you definitely sweat. When you're on stage, the lights are bright and everything's heated.
Are you all right? I'm on my own mic now, guys. That's why he's breathing heavy.
My square space is a little protruded. Invaded.
So I went to get a beer and I came back. I'm like, I always wanted to do this. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Did that ruin your train of thought?
No, I'm a little uprooted right now.
You can give me a beard burn.
Like I'm good about making fun of my sexuality and
yeah. That was more of a how do the guys do it.
That's just like you asked me to sit on your lap.
Yeah, that's normal for me.
And then you get excited, physically get excited about it.
Talk about the next thing that pops up. Remember that one? See you next year.
Tell your wife about that one.
Well, when did that happen? It never happened.
Yeah. As they don't know or do know or possibly could know that it might have happened.
I'm sitting. We'll leave that up to the listener. There should be mysteries. We have to have some social media.
I'm just going to
controversy.
treat this podcast.
Why was he so afraid to sit
I'm
on
going to
his
treat this
lap?
podcast like I'm visiting my shrink and just let it all go.
I mean, yeah.
Let it go.
I won't judge you.
Let it go. Let it go. I've never even seen the movie.
My kids like that. I was so lucky they only liked it for like 6 months. I hate to do this.
So in that 6 months, were they binge watching it?
My daughter did, yeah. The screen went dark.
It's fine.
I don't want to happen what happened last week. I need you to check. So while he's away, checking that because I'm an asshole and just like I know it's fine, but I'm making him do it anyway. Because remember last episode I said I was going to troll him about it. It'll only be funny for a little while longer. So my son says to me, he said he had chicken salami. I asked him, I'm like, what is chicken salami? He says it was a band he made up and they sing about chicken salami songs. Like, what the? Yeah, so I'm just looking at him thinking, it's a pretty narrow window, but I can see it taking off. There's plenty of room for that in music nowadays. And yeah, so chicken salami, if you guys check them out at the Fine Line on Fridays, early Fridays for happy hour, they'll be playing, singing about chicken, salami chickens, and
so wait, you said
salamis.
your son's in a band now?
Yeah, he's 3, and he made up the band Chicken Salami, and they sing about chicken salami.
Does he play an instrument?
He can pretend to play the guitar pretty awesome.
Because I'll fucking be really pissed if he's one of these dead mouses or fucking EDMs.
EPM, DM,
EDMs, electronic dance music.
Well, he's not. He wants it. It's a rock band.
not
Chicken
a real
Salami is a rock
artist.
band.
It's not a real artist.
Okay, you're calling my son. You're already calling him out.
I'm just making sure he's going down the right fucking path
That's good.
before he decides.
I mean, it's Chicken Salami we're talking about here. It's probably gonna
Probably be a punk band because that's more like a punk band name.
Yeah, I think it'll be better than Green Jelly. I think.
Okay, I was having Mike Menard that comes in.
I do know him.
He's a music teacher and he plays in a Zeppelin tribute band and like a Doors or the.
What does he look like?
Shorter. He looks young, but he's like 42. He drinks the Rumplemints on the rocks.
Oh God, I don't like Rumplemints. But I've seen.
Imagine
I think I know who might
drinking Rumplemints on the rocks as your drink all the time.
Oh, like there's no way he feels good the next day.
And he has a beer chaser with it.
Don't get me wrong. I don't. There's plenty of days I haven't felt good after a nice zing zang, couple of whiskey shots, and a few tall beers, which probably need to stop drinking whiskey at this point in my life. But I don't know. Rumplemints. Wouldn't your gut just the next day? Wouldn't it feel like somebody just poured a bucket of minty paint in there? Like,
I gave up. I mean, I need to give up a certain thing.
Getting tortured.
I need to give up Fireball.
Well, just like when you get a couple years older and you grow up and you become a big boy, then you can drink regular whiskey instead of the kids stuff.
It's got flavored whiskey.
The flavorings.
Did you get that for Halloween in your baskets?
I got an Easter bunny and a chocolate Easter bunny. I got 6 eggs and I found a bottle of Fireball.
I got a box of it.
What?
They do, like the
like
wine
box wine?
Yeah, they do box wine of Fireball now.
How does it fit more in there somehow?
I suppose it's almost like 3 bottles, like 3 7.5s.
So it's vacuum packed.
Yeah.
Is that the deal?
No, freshness. Okay. Fresh. Not that you could probably come back to Fireball in 100 years and then still drink it and be like, it still tastes like Fireball.
Oh, I love Fireball.
With the antifreeze.
I'm 11, so shut the fuck up.
11-year-olds can't drink Fireball.
But they should because it's for kids.
For your health, dummy. Oh, speaking of band names, what was your kid's band name again?
What?
Your kid's band name?
Chicken Salami.
Is that even a real thing?
No. That's why I thought it was so funny.
It's awesome. Anyways, my point was talking about Mike. Yes, and yesterday we're talking about bands. And somehow we got into the point of Randy Rhoads. And Randy Rhoads was in before Ozzy. The Ozzy years was 80 to 80 or 79 or 80 to 82, and he passed away in 82. But he was in a band called Quiet Riot before that.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Remember Quiet Riot?
Yeah, of course. Bang your head.
Come on, feel the noise.
Mental health will drive you mad.
So I was thinking band names, and if they're still together with different members or whatever, but that's a band name I really like.
Quiet Riot.
I think that's a cool fucking band name.
Oxymoron.
It is.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And I never really thought about it, but the more I think about that band name, I think it's a really cool band name.
Well, I loved the picture.
Just as long as you don't get political with it.
I love the album covers.
There's that one where he looked like he had the metal mask on.
Yeah, that's what I love. That
Yeah,
one.
and it's like silver behind him, and he's just like,
yeah,
Yeah.
that was good. They had the image. I mean,
yeah. So Randy Rhoads was a guitarist from, let's see if I can remember my dates, 74, 75 to 70.
how do you remember that stuff?
Well, I looked it up last night.
Oh, okay. Steve remembers stuff that he just...
But I bet you a lot of people didn't know that Randy Rhoads was a guitarist in Quiet Riot before he was.
I love Randy Rhoads.
He's dead.
Which was his last Ozzy album?
He did a Blizzard of Oz.
Bark
and then,
at the Moon, wasn't it?
no, that was Jackie Lee.
Really?
Yep.
Back at the Moon.
He did. Let me look it up. He did Blizzard of Oz.
Back at the Moon.
I'm gonna look it up.
He did Blizzard of Oz for sure, which is an awesome album. When did Zakk Wylde came in on? Well, he was for sure on No More Tears, but he was on before that too. Did the other dude only do one album?
Who?
The other guitarist you just mentioned?
Jackie Lee did one or
Jackie
two.
Lee.
I know he was the main guitar. He was a guitar player on at Bark on the Moon.
Think about all those albums. How many albums came out that 6 during that time? Like in 10 years, wasn't it?
Oh, Randy Rhoads was 25 when he died.
Jesus. He didn't die of an overdose, did he? Was he in an accident too? Kind of like Cliff Burton?
So he recorded Quiet Riot's first album and their second album, but the band actually formed in 74, but they didn't get their first album until 77. So he did Quiet Riot 1 and 2. He did Blizzard of Oz and Diary of a Madman were the two albums.
Diary of a Madman. Yeah, those are both good.
They're both awesome.
I would say that those two, and then what's Crazy Train on?
Diary of a Madman.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I'd say I liked No More Tears and Bark at the Moon and stuff, but
No, I'm
those
wrong.
were both really good.
I might be wrong on that.
Oh well, you weren't checking your facts on.
Well, if I'm wrong, then I'm gonna say it here. Crazy Train's on Blizzard of Oz.
Yes, and I'm sure I would know that.
Mr. Crawley's on that too. Remember?
Mr. Crowley.
Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, that. I like that one part where it was like, oh, get that lamp. It was kind of that rhythmic. Oh, God, how does it go? Listen to how my memory. People must just love listening to me not know what the fuck I'm talking about.
That's why we went from 5 to 4 listeners in the last half an hour.
Click. Well, to be fair, my friend Tim probably as soon as we mentioned Pornhub, he was like, you know what, that's a good idea. I'm going to double click over there quick. Because I'd like to do a little shout outs to people.
I want to do shouts out.
But they're going to hate me for it. Like, dude, people know that I'm listening to your show and I'm Tim.
You think he's going to be mad about that?
No, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Here you go.
What do you got going on?
Hang on, I'm going to just play you something here.
Are you going to play Mr. Crowley?
No, I couldn't find it fast enough. I don't know if I'm going to play anything. The service down here sucks.
Oh, Crazy Train. I got it.
Oh, okay. I'm going to leave my phone volume where it is. This part's awesome.
Okay, so listen, Mike told me about this. Right before he comes in with a guitar riff, you can hear the volume swell. Listen. Yeah, right there.
It's pretty good. Good choice. I love this video. It was so lame, but it was pretty good.
I don't know if I've ever seen it.
You have, dude. It's the guitar flying down the railroad tracks. You've totally seen it.
I have another story about the song. Yeah.
Dude, that's pretty good.
So, growing up,
That was good.
playing in bands in high school, my buddy Josh and Zach and Dressler, and Eric McDonough, who was singing, they would play for 2 or 3 years in a row at the what do they call the band? Not the Battle of Bands, but the high school talent.
Yeah, well,
That was
like
a song they mastered.
variety show or talent show.
That was a song they mastered and played it every year. Josh mastered. Well, he had that down pretty much like 99%.
Which Josh?
You don't know him. He's a buddy of mine.
I thought you might be talking about Kittleson, but
No, Josh is a drummer.
okay.
That Josh my other buddy Josh from high school was a avid fan of Ozzy, and Crazy Train was his like number one song, and they played it every year at the.
It's really good.
Yeah, and they got it down pretty damn good.
I would say it was funny you mentioned Mr. Crowley because I really liked that song big time.
It's a little darker and deeper.
Yeah,
It's
well, it's about that guy. He was like a psycho killing like kids, right, or something.
I don't know the story.
Yeah, Mr. Crowley's famous in Europe, or I think probably Great Britain.
Yeah, he's probably UK. Or something.
He was a murderer of some sort, and yeah, he was like killing kids or experimenting on them. That is what I think. So, what do you think? Okay, so we loved Ozzy. What about anything new? Any new good music that you're thinking about?
I need to get and listen to some more Gojira.
Go, Gojira. I love that band.
I really haven't got into them yet, but I
They've been
also
around
need to
for a
catch
while.
up on. I also need to catch up on a Mastodon. I've had a Mastodon craving lately. Been listening too much Periphery.
My friend. Well, it's I don't know if there's such a thing.
No, I mean just their new album. Their new album's so good that I just been playing it a lot. I mean,
We've agreed to buy tickets to the show.
in Chicago,
The Outs of Blutz, which
we're gonna take a road trip to Chicago in April
9th.
7th through the 10th.
yeah, yep, dude, fucking titty, fucking awesome.
Who else is with them? Oh, the Contortionists, right?
Yep. I
love them.
know you do, but it's kind of like
They're kind of like a Strong Coffee. It's kind of a
they don't really sing anything, do they?
yeah, they do.
Oh, what was the band? Maybe I'm thinking of a different band. Then.
Animals as Leaders.
No, they sing some of their stuff.
Who?
Animals as
No,
Leaders.
it's all instrumental.
I swear I've heard lyrics in one of
it's
them.
a 3-piece instrumental band.
I mean, I've seen videos of them and stuff, and I've listened to a few of their songs, but maybe they did like a collaboration or something that I saw.
Yeah, but they're an instrumental band.
I get it. Well, okay, so you
There's
brought up
no
Mastodon.
singing on any of their albums.
Okay, well, I was mistaken then.
That's fine. I'm just
You brought up-
setting you straight.
Set the record straight.
Mm-hmm.
This show is about truthiness and non-alternative.
We can say something wrong as long as we're able to come back and correct ourselves or have somebody correct them.
Is it weird that I'm like relishing the thought that maybe someday somebody listens to this and like gets mad enough to start trolling us on Facebook about how how it's so irrational right now. Like, fuck you guys.
It's like I'm really. I don't know what I want to eat because I'm decisively indecisive.
But then you know how people. Is it kind of weird that I want people to be freaking out at us about stuff?
I'll let you worry about that.
Would that be like a goal though, right? Like they think you're important enough to be pissed about it.
Well, if they're expending energy on you and like taking the time out of their day,
Well,
to
those
worry
people
about
are
it,
psycho anyway, but
it's still media.
But that's like hashtag goal. Hashtag goal.
Hashtag H2O, drink my carbonated water. Hashtag plug my Android phone into the wall. Hashtag get the power. Hashtag Apple phone across the way.
He was just reading our Twitter account.
Yeah. And I never say anything that means anything on our Twitter. I just do hashtags and shout ats.
Hashtag kids in sandbox.
At cardboard box on the waterfront.
Hashtag www.lemonparty.org.
Lemon party.
Oh God!
I'm gonna be in one of those.
Did I ever tell you how somebody tricked me on that one? Because that's what that's for. Is for tricking people into looking at it.
Yep. Because nobody knows what lemon party.
Don't look it up. Do not look it up.
2 girls, 1 cup.
That you can't. You'll never see that video again. There's so many reaction videos. Okay, did I tell? So I got a computer. I was single, and I'm like, I wasn't very computer savvy. This was many years ago.
Were you on dial-up?
No. I had roommates, and we'd gotten the internet. I got a laptop. I'm like, hey man, the first thing I asked him was like, I had an agenda. Let's just put it that way. The first thing I asked him for was like what sites I should use or what type of like Kaspersky. They weren't around then, I don't think, or maybe they were, but I didn't get them. But how do I protect my computer? Because ultimately, the next question was going to be, hey, could you route me to any free pornography? And so he gave me, so we're sitting there, we were working.
This is a legitimate concern of yours.
It was all part of the plan, buddy. Like, I'm like, can this really happen? I hate turning the pages. So it legitimately happened. I asked the guy, we're having a conversation, we're working nights. A friend of mine is giving me a list. Don't do it. So a friend of mine is, I'm going to ignore you. A friend of mine gives me the list. I want one, but no. It's so gross. He gives me a list of sites, and they're all legitimate. But the last one of porn sites that I could go to, and he's like, gave me a list of ones not to go to. He's like, do not go to these. I'm like, how'd you figure that out? He's
Virus
like,
Central or what?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was either virus or they were just like, brokenlegporn.com or something. It was just bad ones, he says. So I take his word for it, and sure enough, I go through a few of the sites. I'm like, oh, this is cool, man. I'm like, these are all free. Holy shit! Like, I'm never paying for porn again, and I literally haven't. So the last one, I'm like, well, let's see what this one's about. It seems kind of weird. Lemonparty.org. Click. Bow. Nah, my eyes melted.
Is it a video or is it just a
and
picture?
I get a hate boner.
It's just a picture.
It was the worst because I already had a little Woody going. And then I click it.
Now you can only get a boner if you see that picture.
Ruined my day. There's 2 porn experiences I had that ruined my day. Like, lose my excitement, have to just stop. Like, and my day is ruined because I can't go a day without it, right? This is when I was that age.
Like 2 years
ago?
ago?
So that was one of them.
This is like 2 years ago. Wasn't it?
This is many years ago. I said I was single. Oh, my God. The other experience was like one of those transvestite surprise ones where it's like...
What site was that?
These 2 were... No, they buried it in Pornhub. And then they're like, they don't label it as that. And it's like, if you want to see that, well, go watch it. But I'm not... That wasn't it for me. So all of a sudden, guy pulls down the woman's, the represented as a woman's pants, and there's male genitalia, and that's when that ruined my day too. I'm like,
were you excited?
Day's over. Fucking now I got a headache. I'm pissed.
Were you excited when you first saw it though?
No, that's my point.
I mean, were you aroused when you turned it on?
I was already aroused because I was surfing pornography, right. And then it's like, bang.
So you don't like go for the instant climax. You just like you'll go around a little bit.
I surf with my clothes on for a while.
Yeah.
So weird. I want you to delete this part. What's your jam with that?
I just go right to.
You just jump in.
Yeah, I'm like, what am I in the mood for? Is it a taxi scene? Is it couch casting?
Those are both so creepy. See, you would.
God. Is it public agent?
Creepy.
I pay you money.
Fakestepsister.com. Oh, God.
Yeah, like sister does her brother,
you
one
would.
parents are away, or whatever.
You would. God, I love it. Do you have, okay. We're really getting to know each other here a little bit more.
Should we just start having naked podcasts?
Well, I am actually, a lot of people probably don't know. Damn it, what is that noise? A lot of people don't know that since Steve isn't here, and I mean, we feel for him, but I decided I'm sitting in his chair so we can look into each other's eyes. Mm-hmm. Longingly.
You're not sitting, but on the side of me right now.
to kind of not on the
We
side.
could just take our pants off.
Well, to kind of commemorate him and to kind of I feel sorry
But
about
he
his
quit,
absence.
remember? He quit after last
Yeah,
night.
I feel sorry about his absence, but I'm sitting on his chair with no pants and underwear on because I want like Step Brothers.
I'm going to Instagram that picture tonight.
Let's do
just
it.
so you guys can see that.
Let's do it.
It'll just look like a bunch
Here's
of
me shaking my butt on it.
It'll just be look like a bunch of beef sitting on a chair, like shredded beef.
Well, I'll tell you, we'll post it from the table up. I'm repping my Cold Kingdom gear in the.
Yeah, you are. That's a band, right?
Yeah, they're an awesome band. I
I thought it was a meat packing company. They got a couple.
They're partners with Thermo King. We ship meat all over the country, and it's cold.
I thought they were doing something with Husnick Meats not too long ago.
Cold Kingdom and Husnick's Meat on 2nd Avenue South.
Well, I think they're having a Bayou cookout.
Now this is getting good. What else?
I don't know.
I'm going to get hungry.
Northern meats.
So you brought up something that I was really pumped about.
What?
My friend sent me a link to the new Mastodon.
Oh, so we're gonna listen to that right now?
Yeah, I think we should. Let me get it up here.
Oh, we're just talking about porn.
I know, and then what a coinky dink. Ah, what do you got going there, a little chubby? It's loading. My other phone did this, and then all of a sudden it started really well down here.
Why don't you give us a little bit here? What song?
All right, so it's Mastodon, Sultan's Curse, and I don't know how new it is, honestly, because like you, I kind of waited.
Does it have a copyright on anything?
Well, it is published. The video, though, is published on January 26th. The new album is Emperor of Sand, and that's not out till March 31st. So, I mean, it starts out a little light.
Let's give it a listen. What's the song called?
It is called Sultan's Curse, and this is the official audio. I love the picture they have for the video. So this from my buddy Andy sent me this.
thoughts that go through my head. It sounds like it sounds like it belongs on Crack the Sky.
Okay.
It sounds a lot like Oblivion.
Sounds like Mastodon.
Like Mastodon. Sounds like Brandaler with his drum rolls every 2 seconds. He does a...
Yeah.
It's good. Don't get me wrong.
It's a good formula. I mean, it makes shit I want to hear, but...
I heard it was just Troy and Brent singing on it. So the bass player and the guitar player.
How many... Well, there's something I don't know. I don't really... See, I don't delve into...
4 members in the band.
Right.
3 of them sing.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
It's cool, actually. If you listen to Oblivion, this is the dynamic of that, how that song goes. The drummer, Bran, sings the verses. Like, he starts out singing in that song. And then Troy, the bass player, does the pre-chorus.
Okay.
And then Brent does the chorus in that song.
The guitarist.
The guitarist.
Brent is the guy I think I saw.
He's got that tattoo on his head.
I think I saw him on Norman Reedus Ride, which I'm addicted to. I think that was him. I'm pretty sure it was the guitarist.
Got that voice, kind of like that.
Yeah. He. Did you see that Norman Reedus Ride? It was everything I wanted from Sons of Anarchy because it was all about riding the motorcycles. It was totally cool. I loved it.
I've never seen it. Was it a show?
Oh my god, yeah. Norman Reedus is the badass from...
I know who he is.
Okay, good. So yeah,
he's in Walking Dead.
From The Walking Dead.
He looks like he never takes a bath.
Yeah. What's his character?
Beelzebub.
Yeah, Barzy-Blob.
I don't know.
He also died in spoiler alert.
Pandora.
Triple Nine. Oh, did he? Pandorum with an M.
He was in that.
He's been in some good shit, dude.
Pandorum was a great movie.
I don't even know if I finished that movie, but
there's a funny. Like,
I love that guy after that show though.
Who?
Norman Reedus.
Oh.
Like he loves motorcycles and he basically was like, so I'm going to make a show where I go on these like 3-day tours of places all over the United States. And I'm just waiting for Norman Reedus, goes to Thailand or something. And he does a motorcycle ride in Canada and he does a motorcycle ride. I loved that show. I really hope they do more of it. Because I have a motorcycle, as you know. And I can't get enough of like, before I knew how douchey Jesse James really was. I mean, he's kind of a douche, like you can tell, but...
He's like 7 out of 10 douchery.
Right, him and Kid Rock belong together. But I loved they had this show where they drove their motorcycles down through California and down into Mexico, way down into Mexico. And they're just sitting there playing guitar and singing and stuff. And it's just a really cool. I love those shows where it's like a motorcycle tour because that's why you get on a motorcycle.
Did you see the Ewan McGregor one where he goes around the world?
No.
You gotta watch.
What's that called?
I don't remember. It's like a.
I already had man crush. Hangover with Ewan already.
Him and his buddy go across the world on these like.
Ewan, I love you. On Beamers.
Yeah, on BMWs.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't know what it's called.
I forget it.
Okay. Well, there might be some way I could figure out what it's
probably
called.
Like a 5 to 10 series or whatever episode series.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, it's the last episode of Norman Reedus Ride.
He did a second season where he drives from England down to like through Africa too.
So he goes all through Europe and down through the Middle East and into Africa.
Yeah. That one wasn't as good.
So it'd be fucking
the around the world one's cool because he makes a stop in Minnesota at this house or something too.
Shut up.
Yeah. It's like a farm.
Huh.
Has dinner with the family.
Is it like the house where Laura Ingalls Wilder, one of the 10 Laura Ingalls Wilder houses?
Somebody they knew through something that lives in Minnesota kind of deal.
Yeah, one of the producers' girlfriends.
Something like brother, sister's mother. What does that make us? Absolutely nothing.
Okay, so we were talking about Mastodon.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I wouldn't call that song boring, but I would say it's classic Mastodon. Right?
Yeah, I mean, it really didn't bite me really, really hard, but but with Mastodon, it's always like I need a couple listens before I get into it.
You think it's probably
because you have to.
I don't think it rocked quite as hard as some of the other stuff.
It's hard to get a song nowadays, especially for anybody. You have to give something time and a little bass thing, and then pick things out. And when you pick those little things out that you like in a song, that's where a song becomes just awesome to you. You know?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, your favorite parts were
like when I listened to Periphery 3 right away, I wasn't like, it's the best. I was still on their duo album, which is
Omega.
Alpha Omega.
Alpha Omega. That's the one I listened to it longer than you did. I mean, I stayed
It's not
stuck
a pissing
to it.
contest, Adam.
No, you've known about Periphery a hell of a lot longer than I have, but I listened to.
Do you want to know how long I've known about Periphery?
Alpha and Omega. I hung on to that. I didn't even listen. I didn't want to listen to 3 because it was so good. I'm like, because the other 2 were so good, I didn't want it spoiled. But 3's really good too. How long have you been listening to him?
Bitch!
That was for you.
Hold on, I'm chewing.
Oh, I'm gonna murder your face.
Really? With a knife?
Oh my god, my kids are gonna hate me because I'm like always chew with your mouth closed.
I just chewed with my mouth closed.
I know, but it sounds. It just sounds like too gross.
Yeah, the new Mastodon. I'm excited. I didn't realize that was coming out that quick.
March, motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
I'll check it out though. I'll
probably buy it.
Well, here's the thing, they decide to release a single. I'll bet there's a different song on that album that I like way better.
I'll give them my $10. I'm all about spending $10.
I should really do iTunes instead of.
I'm all about spending money on supporting bands.
Well, I like what's the one?
Because if I get an album, I want to sit and listen to it and like get myself wrapped into it.
Wait. Yeah.
That's part of
I can do that on Spotify.
The whole album?
Yeah. Well, I pay for the premium.
The way they have the tracks released, because that's huge too. Like if you go
yeah.
Like there's a reason. I mean, if you're a good artist, there's a reason why you put tracks in certain areas.
Oh yeah, well,
as far as being number 1 or number 10 or number 7.
I don't know if they do it as much, but it's like
it's huge. It's huge, dude.
Think about the album. Well, never mind. What's the guy from Dan Wilson from Minnesota? He was in the band
Semisonic.
Think about that.
Closing time.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the.
He produced and recorded with the Dixie Chicks too, actually.
Right, and he helped out Adele a little bit.
Did he really?
Yeah, that's kind of what he's famous for.
Set fire to the rain.
I don't know if that was his, but I'm pretty sure it was Dan Wilson that they were talking about.
I don't know.
He writes pop songs. So, but that album is the reason I bring it up is because it's a textbook case of what they used to do with albums. Lots. The textbook case of how they used to do albums. It's like a story from beginning to end. It's kind of like an opera. You know what I mean? Even Queen did it, right?
Mm-hmm. I think that's important if you're going to listen to an album.
It's pretty cool. Counting Crows did it. Like the theme is kind of like, makes sense. Musicians, they're
Make Yourself was like that.
I don't know.
That was all about yourself.
Wait, which?
Incubus.
Oh, okay.
It's a great album.
I don't know if I've ever listened to that whole album.
Really? The whole album is phenomenal.
For Incubus, I pretty much just listen to the popular stuff. Like the main hits.
Stellar, Drive.
Mm-hmm. Drive, definitely.
Wish You Were Here.
I didn't like that one as much.
Really?
Yeah.
Well.
Is it?
They kind of lost me after A Crow Left of the Murder.
Is Wish You Were Here the same as Nice to Meet You? Like, remember that? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I think that's on the same.
It's the same song, isn't it?
That's on the same album.
It's not the same song.
No.
Yeah, because I remember.
Why would he say goodbye, nice to meet you, and wish you were here?
Well, after they say goodbye, then it's like lonely.
You're lonely.
I will be after this podcast.
Steve's lonely right now.
I'm not hanging out with Adam anymore.
What the fuck?
Oh, man.
Steve, we miss you. I hope everything's okay. You get a little hug and a tug right now.
Hug and a tug?
On the radio show.
You can do that. I'll go get the KY for you.
On the podcast. Oh, we don't need KY.
Was that the first time we listened to a full song on here and we didn't even critique it? You started talking about fucking Norman Reedus.
Well, because the guitarist from Mastodon did one of the shows with him and they went through Nashville and stuff.
But you brought it to Mexico for some reason.
No, I was continuing on to another motorcycle show.
You would have been cooler if you would have actually talked about the episode that he was in and about.
I did start that. That's how I started it.
And they ended up Mexico outside of the
No, that was after.
in the open night sky playing
Do you-
music and songs.
I thought my memory was bad.
My memory remains.
My memory. Give me your memories. Dude, I had the weirdest fucking dream.
Yeah, was it about me?
No.
Sitting on your face?
That's not a dream. That's a dream come true.
I love it. I love it that you say that.
I had a dream because I went to the IMAX with my kids and we watched went to the Science Museum and we watched the IMAX show about being in the space station and they're filming Earth and stuff. And the astronauts are in this kind of cramped space. Well, in my dream, I was one of the 3 astronauts. And one of the groundbreaking things they were going to try out was transporting your consciousness through a cell phone. And so that you could transport, and then your body would...
Is that kind of like remote viewing?
Your body would materialize. No, you'd really be there. So, like, it was a way to transport yourself, but different from Star Trek. This is a dream, so just, I know it's weird. So, I'm up there, and we're all, like, me
They
and...
do this on Interstellar.
Do they?
No. Go on.
So, no, they don't. Like, what?
Hey, Gullibles written on the ceiling.
Oh, I just watched it yesterday. What an idiot. So, me and the other 2 astronauts are like, hey, 3 wild and crazy guys. We're having fun. We're exercising on the International Space Station. And I'm looking at Earth and the stars from space. And it's like, this is so great. And then, not only do they send the guy who invented it is the guy who wants to try it, but the phone rings, right? And the total douchebag shows up. The guy everybody hates is the guy he just comes and spoils our space station fun. That's the premise.
Does he come through the phone?
He materializes, and when you hear his voice, his body materializes. So he transfers his conscience. Just my conscience. Well, I don't have a conscience. No, he transfers his consciousness.
He transfers his conscience
through his conscience.
Conscious balls.
He transfers it
Conscious
through. Ball. Oh, that's good. I loved that band. I bought their album. He through the cell phone.
Yeah.
And then he materializes, and he seriously, this is how it works.
It's your fucking dream.
Yeah. So he shows up. He's wearing like mascara and stuff.
Was it Alexis Arquette?
He was a bald guy.
Was it Alexis Arquette?
I don't know who it was.
It was Alexis Arquette.
It was a bald person. Maybe. No, I like
See
Alexis.
You saw you do that? And it's like a joke. You bring it back to the...
I know. I loved it.
You like that?
I would rather it be like Chrissy Jenner. Because she's the one I hate. I love Alexa.
Kris Jenner.
Alexa, I want to see so-and-so. You want to see porn, hardcore pussy fucking.
Damn, that were the kid.
Oh my God.
That kid. What is he saying to it though?
He's like, I don't know. You can't. I couldn't understand him. He's like, Alexa, you went to Babble Labs. She's like, you want to hear about porn and Pornhub.com, hardcore pussy fucking.
Here, let me play it. I got
You're
it
like,
right here.
oh no.
I got it right here.
So it's not just me being foul. This is a
kid.
Tell the story of the video quick.
This is a kid. Their parents the kid's got to be 2 or 3 years old.
Here, just plug it in. Right?
Yeah, I can plug it in.
Yeah, you should. Well, everybody cover your ears.
Yeah. So the kid is like 3 years old, and he's got Alexa, or the smaller version of Alexa.
Yeah, the Dot. I think it's called the Dot.
On, and he
likes the Dot. It's awesome.
That's it. Question.
I love that you just had to do that to get to your headphone jack.
Because the stupid
Yeah, my
case,
headphone jack is the worst one.
Well, the case is stupid. No, it's not my jack. It's the case.
I know, but why wouldn't you have a case of the headphones?
Because I ordered it online and didn't take dimensions.
Oh, it's kind of like your chair. It's just a bummer.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, pause it.
Here.
Turn it up. So the kid asked Alexa to play Digger Digger.
It's a song. Wait, this is...
And this is what Alexa replies.
Play Digger Digger. Alexa, play Digger Digger.
Bobby, can you talk to play wheels?
You want to hear a station for porn detected? Porno ringtone, hot chick, amateur girl, quality, sexy.
No.
Hot pussy, anal, dildo, ringtone.
Alexa, stop!
Let's play that one more time.
I love that Dad knows what to say. Alexa, stop! Like he knows how to shut it
So
down.
listen, Kurt.
Play ticker. Alexa, play ticker.
Bobby, can you talk to play wheels?
You want to hear a station for porn detected? Porno ringtone, hot chick, amateur girl, quality, sexy.
No.
Hot pussy, anal, dildo, ringtone.
Alexa, stop! I thought that was fake. It's not fake though. Hey, I think. Did you hear the woman? His mom. It must be his mom. Was like. I think because the noise she made is the reason Alexa did that. Because she kind of like sighed. She's like. And then I think that's what it. I think that's what it caused.
What did she? What did the mom want her to play?
Like the Wheels on the Bus or something.
Oh, the kid was like, "Play Tigger."
Digger, right?
Well,
should we find out what Digger is?
I don't even know.
Let's play it for people. I'm just kidding.
Digger. It's getting a little brave there with that one.
So what do you think? Do you think the parents called like Alexa and they're like, "No, you gotta send us a refund"?
No. First of all, you shouldn't let your 3-year-old play with it. They can't even speak English yet. The kid can't even form consonants.
Well, you got to turn that back up.
Continents. He can't even do continents. Incontinence. Yeah, I know.
They're incontinent?
Incontinence.
What's wrong with kids?
I'm 11, so shut the fuck up.
See, now that kid.
I saw a video of a kid flicking his mom off from the back seat, but she had the camera on, and she was like, "Oh, I'm going to whoop your ass when we get home." It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was great. Oh, there's so much great stuff. Like, that's what the internet is for. It's not for, like,
Here's what I'm
stuff.
tired of. Stay off Facebook for a long time.
You're going to stay off now?
I'm just tired of it.
We need Facebook. We're spreading our brand. I'm spreading my brand all over the nation.
I'm just kidding. I want everybody to be on the Flummery page.
And Steve quit.
Steve fell off a cliff. Steve fell off a cliff and died on impact.
Assholes. If somebody's like, "Hey, I heard your last episode. I noticed Steve wasn't there." "Oh yeah, he died. He got hit by a bus." That's fine.
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Or Billy Madison.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore.
No, that's Happy Gilmore because he's going to explain. "Oh yeah, I remember that Misty lady. I think I just killed her. I gotta go."
I saw those finger paintings you brought home and they suck.
Well, probably the most iconic character from that was the Ben Stiller, like, bully, the exploiting, like, a hospice care owner or whatever. He's like, "Well, now your back's going to hurt because you just pulled landscaping duty."
Does anybody else's fingers hurt?
I didn't think so.
Oh, that was great. I forgot he was even in that until you brought that up.
Yeah, that's a really good cameo. I loved that. I heard
they're going to do another one.
Well, I don't know. Like, what? Do we need it?
I don't know. Dude, we're on our third Spider-Man movie now.
Why did they... Okay, that's what pisses me off. Why did they make the first two?
We're on our third Spider-Man.
Okay, the new Spider-Man I kind of like. The one from the Avengers and
I
stuff.
like the very first one with Tobey Maguire.
It was a better remake than that second one. I thought was pretty...
Doc Ock one was good, too. The third one sucked,
that was. They had some really good scenes.
Third one was what blew it.
Oh, with the alligator guy?
Well, Mr. Sandman and Venom.
See, I don't know the characters of Spider-Man. I never liked Spider-Man. That's probably why I didn't like the movies.
Those first two were really good. Those first two Spider-Mans were really good.
They were done. That was like kind of them getting good at making those types of movies.
They did the third one. You know what happened to the third one? There's no character development going on, and they're just trying to plug in like several different characters at
Batman
once.
v Superman?
That was dumb.
Oh, God.
Even Ben Affleck thinks it was dumb.
People
say that he did a good job as Batman, but there was no real development with it. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah. Like they're in the middle of a fight and then instantly agree to help each other because their mom's name is the same.
It was just like...
I'm guessing that happened
Suicide
in the
Squad
book.
was a complete flop too.
Oh, that movie. If anybody wants to check that out, just here's how you watch that movie. You get it from Redbox, you throw it in the trash, and then you pay the $30 they're going to charge you.
Exactly.
The movie fucking sucked.
There was no. I mean, there's.
I feel bad, and that's just so that you can help kind of pay back society for the people who saw it in the theaters. I feel so bad for them.
So many YouTube channels that ripped the shit out of that movie.
Oh, I watched the whole like 15. I literally watched.
Literally?
Yeah, about that whole aspect. I watched
whole
like
aspect?
a 15-minute.
Did you
video.
hear him say that last night?
Yeah,
You know
of
that?
course, dude. We always hear him say it. That's what he says.
I know.
And he's never going to listen to this podcast, which fuck him.
I know,
But
he's
Eric,
like, "I'm
fuck you. Listen to our podcast. Just because you're 48 doesn't mean you shouldn't like technology.
I love technology. Literally.
I literally love technology. I love the whole aspect
Aspect?
where you can.
I love how he uses those words to me.
We're ripping on our buddy on our podcast.
Yeah.
That's good. I like it. Are you going to go back to making fun of handicapped people today?
There was nothing in particular about who I was making fun of or anything.
Joey, okay, Trump. Did you listen to one?
I was doing Waterboy.
That's not the one we're talking about. No,
It's talking. You told me I was talking
Oh,
like
I loved
this.
it. Well, Steve's giving you a hard time too. He's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, there we go again. I don't think you're supposed to be being insensitive to the people."
I'm not. I don't
Every
know
time
why.
you called me out, it was so good.
Yeah, I know. I heard that.
And that's why I didn't have to say anything.
Yeah, he would just like underneath his breath be like, "Oh, there he goes again." Like,
So Joe Rogan,
yeah.
his take of Chrissy Jenner is hilarious. Then his take in the same video, look it up on YouTube. Joe Rogan, Chrissy Jenner, and Tosh.0 controversy. Tosh, are you checking to make sure you're recording? Yeah. Okay, good. Because we need to make sure.
What do you say about Tosh?
Well, Tosh.0, this must, I don't know how.
Oh, is that when he made a rape joke?
Yeah. Well, first, okay, so he explains it. I can tell you how he explains this.
All right, tell me about it.
So this is Rogan's.
Was he defending Tosh?
In a way, yeah. I mean, just whatever. So I saw two great people talk about it, or I mean, it was YouTube.
About the Tosh?
About the Tosh things. Louis C.K. talked about it, and that was hilarious. And then Joe Rogan talked about it, and that was fucking hilarious. And he's like, yeah, Tosh is on stage, and apparently he knows the whole backstory. So Tosh goes on stage. He gets forced on stage, essentially. He's like, one of the guys didn't show or something. And
So
he's
he
at
wasn't
this-
even planning to be
Well, he's
there?
at this great comedy club, and the owner is like, basically, is like, you have to go. Or I don't know who it was. Maybe the guy who just
He
runs
wasn't
the place.
planning to be in there.
He had
Not
nothing
on, but
right
there.
He didn't have anything set up at all. So he goes on stage. He's a confident professional. He's kind of fucked up. But him and Jeselnik are
I
real
love their
messed up.
comedy, man. I love
I
it.
do too, but it's like, yeah, I can't
Oh, come on.
get away with that.
Yeah.
But that's why it's comedy,
yeah.
and that's one of Rogan's points, right? So he goes up on stage and he's gonna meet this out. And he's like, oh man, I don't even know what to say. He's like, what do you guys want to hear about today?
Yeah, so he was like just throwing it up in the air.
Yeah, and somebody in the audience yells, rape. Like, who's that douchebag? Like, stop hanging out with him, first of all. Because he's not a comedian, and he's yelling, oh, I hear you tell jokes about rape.
And this dude's probably into it.
Right. And then, yeah, probably. He's a fucking bro,
Bro.
Hey, bro.
What's up,
Rape.
bro?
Talk about rape, bro.
What's up, bro?
So this is Joe Rogan's
What's up,
point.
bro?
He goes, yeah. Bro, did you hear about...
What's up, bro?
Let's talk about rape, bro.
What's up, bro?
You mad, bro?
Yeah, bro.
You ate the whole burrito. You full,
Do
bro?
a fucking keg stand before we leave the house here, bro.
No. You're not leaving till you do it.
Bro.
Okay, we covered that whole aspect. So he goes, I don't know how much I should say, but
Just say
I'm
it.
not going to
Who
get in
cares?
trouble.
You're telling a story. You're
Right,
telling.
it's about what happens.
It's about what happened.
These are the facts. So Rogan gets into it about how this guy's a douchebag for saying it in the first place, and then he gets into, and then Tosh.0 says, "Geez," he's like, kind of shakes his head. He's like, "What's going on? That's what's funny about rape, man." And so initially is like, "What's funny about that?" Not you can't really make a whole hell of a lot
But
of
here's
jokes
the thing:
about rape.
he twists it, and he's at a fucking comedy show.
Hold on. So he's at a comedy show, so he's got to try and make something about what's going on. Well, this woman decides to make her presence known. She's like, nothing is funny about rape. And it's like, okay, we get it. Thank you. And she's right. For most people, you can't make a rape joke because it's not funny, and it's a bad fucking thing, right?
Right.
But she doesn't need Rogan's whole point is like she doesn't need to be that like I'm going to be the voice of reason. He's like that's the worst kind of heckler. Like somebody who needs to be the voice of they need to make their presence known and be like
shut the fuck up.
I hate this whole audience because right now you're listening to this, like this kind of and that's kind of what he says. Is
sounds like
fuck
half
up.
of Facebook right now.
So here's Tosh.0. Well, that's the show. So Daniel Tosh, his reply. First he was like, "What's funny about rape?" And then she's like, "Nothing." And then he's like,
"Oh, I'm gonna go after you now, right?"
Yeah. But then he's like, "Oh, but wouldn't it be funny if you got raped by 5 guys right now?" Oh my god! And I'm watching this with my wife. This video,
I think I heard about this.
We had this discussion. Like, you're right. It's not funny to joke about rape, but that
I'm laughing because I know the situation. Nothing.
Oh my god! That must have just floored her. Like, perfect. It's perfect. I'm sorry. What do you do? It's perfect. And of course, the whole crowd goes crazy. So, thank you, Joe Rogan. I just stole your story. I want to make sure everybody knows. Listen to Rogan, and you might as well look up that segment about Chris. Is it really Chrissy Jenner? Am I getting Kris Jenner?
Kris Jenner.
Christina Jenner?
No, just Chrissy or Chris.
Like
it's not a big fucking deal.
Crystallis Jenner. I'm a stripper and a singer.
So what did CK say about it?
Well, he just said his was better because he just kind of mentions it. He gets he goes on. He sees Taj. He's watching Taj, and he's watching the show. He shoots him a tweet like, "Hey, you always make me laugh, Dan."
Dan's like one of the funniest comedians
out there right now.
I like
this show, and he's just like always naked.
He's
like,
one of the top comedians out there right now.
He's very good. So yeah, he knows his shit. He's a good comedian, and so to get Louis C.K. to be like, "Hey, dude, you're awesome" all the time, I'd feel pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And the next day, Louis looks at like the headlines or whatever. He's looking himself up or something. He finds articles about himself. Louis C.K. condones rape jokes and is like defending Daniel Tosh.
Shut up.
Like, he didn't even say anything about the joke. He was like, "You make me laugh," but he was talking about the show. He wasn't even talking about that video of him, the whole controversy.
Yeah, I get it.
So then like
has
TMG style.
Has he been on the download lately?
No, he's still got a show and everything.
He's still got Tosh.0, right?
Yeah, he can't. I think this is probably old news. I bet people have heard about this.
It's like a year old.
Is it a year?
Yeah.
Okay, he's still around. Yeah.
A little less than a year old. I think it happened like springtime or something like that.
Oh, okay. I didn't even hear about it, so it couldn't have been that big of a deal because I think people realize what happened.
But it's around a year old.
People realize what happened, right? Like, it's just you're a comedian at a comedy club and you have to try and make something funny that somebody just threw at you.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know what to say until this.
Oh my God. I can just imagine his face. He just like,
I don't know if I could. There's no way I could pull that off because I've got jokes in my head that I won't say because I know.
Kind of like what I thought about texting Steve back tonight.
Yes, exactly. Or the joke. Oh, are you a school?
Yeah,
because I want to shoot kids all up inside you. I want to run inside you and shoot a bunch of kids up you or whatever. Yeah, I can't remember the punchline, but that was told to me by somebody.
It's a very blunt.
It's very rough. That's a rough one.
When she's getting it, it's going to be pretty rough.
That's
too.
the Sandy Hook joke. Jesus. Ooh, Jesus. What do we got there?
I think it's about time to wrap it up.
What time is it, though? How far in are we?
104 minutes. And we're going to stop at
110.
Remember 10 in?
110.
That's an hour and a half.
104 minutes is an hour and 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I'm taking 10
math.
off.
Why are you taking 10 off?
Because I told you I was going to.
Oh, yeah, it was at 10.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so we'll kill it for another 2 hours.
What's that?
Yeah, we're just do another 2 hours.
You want to?
How does Joe Rogan do 4 hours?
He can do. He does up to 3.5, 4 hours. Oh my God. Sometimes they're 2, depending on his guests and what kind of.
This is tough. It's a tough gig. We'll get better.
Well,
I'd like to personally apologize to everybody today about how sucky I've been. And I want to make it up to you. So I'm going to post pictures of me sitting with my ass on Steve's chair.
With your roast beef hanging out. Where's the beef?
Right here, bitches. Squish. That's my ass in that photo. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll be president next year.
Yeah.
Remember you used to say the thing like, oh, like you ever go to a party and somebody takes a picture of you doing like a bong, like drinking a beer through a bong and they throw a bong down. You're like, I guess I'll never be president.
I don't have any of those pictures that exist of me.
Really?
No.
Why?
Because what does it matter? Oh my God, here's my 21-year-old days and me doing
How do you not have any that exist though?
I don't know of any.
You didn't beer bong?
I did, and
And then bang your head like.
and then like grab a full can of beer and try to bust it on your head and knock yourself out like a fucking
Oh, I
moron.
never do that. I never do that. No. That's stupid.
I've maybe done a couple beer bongs, but I think where you shotgun them, where you poke the hole and then open the top
Yeah.
and slam it down. You know, I've done that before.
Because you don't have to build an apparatus.
Yeah. That way you don't have to build anything.
Oh,
I'm going to the hardware store to get some tubing.
It only cost me $68.50 to make this beer bong.
Stupid.
Yeah. 7 feet of the.
You know where your money's more
they
well spent?
always buy the clear tubing, so
Yeah.
that's more expensive, I'm
Oh,
sure.
there's really liquid in it.
Whoa! Did you see the?
You know where your money's more
The
well spent?
foam!
Buy yourself just a keg tapper. That's a better idea.
Put that on there, but then somebody steals it when everybody runs.
Yeah,
to the
especially at a
shops.
party. That's why you put it in a drawer and lock it.
Holy shit! Why do we get nostalgic when we're here right now? It's fucking great. I think about those. Oh man.
That's because we both went to River Falls. And
Well, I didn't go there. That's the best part.
you didn't go to school there?
No, I lived there. I was working at the Menards in Hudson.
You were just like a freeloader.
No, there was
You
like,
were a freeloader.
no, there was like 10 people from my high school went there, and several of them I was really good friends with this one guy, Eric, and I love him to death, so I'm still friends with him. But we hung out a lot back then, and
Did he go to school there?
yes,
And you were just a
he had a
freeloader.
room. No, it wasn't freeloading.
You're like that loser guy from high
No,
school that just like,
I
I'm
loved-
not going to college, but I'm going to go hang out at college.
I think it was a pretty awesome time.
Like PCU.
Kind of. Oh, well, that's one of my favorite movies. So, wake up! Wake up! Remember, he's jumping on his bed. Wake up!
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I wonder if these headphones are finally going on me.
What do you mean going?
I'm getting a little over here. We'll see. It must be. I bet it's this.
That's your roast beef.
It's my beef. Where's the beef? Inside my pants.
And with that note, we can't thank you enough for all the time. Please remember to go to our Facebook /The Flummery, follow us, and also visit our page at theflummery.net,
Like
where
us,
you can listen to
love us.
where you can listen to our episodes. We will also we keep on saying this, we need to get that RSS feed up so we can
Yep.
have different means
Remove toilet phone. I know.
and get that put up.
Yep.
So thanks, guys.
We out.
I walk 47 miles of barbed wire. I got a Cobra snake for a necktie. A brand new house along the roadside, and it's made out of rattlesnake hide. Got a brand new chin that baby built on top, and it's made out of human skull. Come on, take a little walk with me, baby, until